Welcome to Paranormal Hiroics with your host, Hero Brown.
Can you believe it? It's already been another 2 weeks, and we are back here, and I'm just so excited about tonight. Welcome everybody, Cheeseburger America on YouTube. I see you there. Thank you for hanging out. Of course, Goblin and Who's Jack, you guys have been so awesome. Everybody else who I don't see in that little universe we are slowly creating, welcome back. First and foremost, as you see below, we have a new idea that we want to start. It is your viewer submitted story. You can send your story to herobrownstream@gmail.com. And the whole idea of that is I do have a few friends that would like their story to be shared, and I did talk about it a couple times. You can submit your story so you don't actually have to come on and be on camera or, have that nervousness of sharing your story. But if you don't mind, I would love to read your story to the rest of the community. And, that way you can still kind of see it. Hey sister, how you doing? Before we get too crazy on anything, I want to really dive deep into this with our next guest. Of course, we mostly talk about ghost stories, but I always say that this isn't just about ghosts. There is so much more out there. If you were able to watch my dad's stream from the last episode, he went into some crazy stories, and it drives me crazy because after the stream, him and my mom started telling me even more stories that they started to remember about UFO sightings, seeing things in the sky, that they can't explain it. So definitely want to keep our minds open for that. I'm waiting for my first Bigfoot story for somebody to see their sightings on that. That's probably my most excited one, but I haven't met you out there. If you are out there, please hit me up. Oh no, do I have crumbs? I have cookie crumbs. I was eating cookies before this. Don't tell Carson. Let's jump right into our next special guest.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going good, brother. How are you today?
Doing good, doing good. And you?
Doing excellent. I fell asleep and I almost didn't
Oh,
wake
shoot.
up. Luckily, I set a little alarm to remind me to get up because I wasn't planning on going to sleep. I was just sitting down with Rachel, and the next thing I
Uh-huh.
know, I was out like a light. So thank goodness I put
Oh,
an
no.
alarm clock. Had 15 minutes to get everything going.
Oh, shoot.
So let me introduce you real quick, everybody. This is my cousin Isaiah. I definitely have a lot of family members that will be coming on here. We all have many stories. Some of them tie in together, but some of them, you know, you have a few that I never even heard of. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for this one. So without
Oh, yeah.
further ado, please, introduce yourself, give us a little background of you, and let's get going. Ooh, I have chat in my little submitted sub thing in two different spots. Let me move that real quick to the top.
So he does that. My name's Isaiah. My mom is Peggy Gonzalez, his aunt. Um, just young and happy. I have a little girl of 5 months old. For those of you that don't know me, that's my world right there. Um, but yeah,
Excellent.
that's a little bit now.
So
So,
if you can do me a quick favor, can you scoot down a little or scoot your camera up a little? We want to see that beautiful face of yours.
oh yeah.
There you
How is
go.
that?
There, that's better. That's
Awesome.
better. All right. So the way I usually like to start this off is I try, and it jumps around. So don't feel like you need to follow this script. Is I usually like to start at your earliest age. Like, what was your first experience at the earliest age, and then we work our way up. Sometimes we jump around. Like there's
Okay.
something that happens later on that reminds you something that happened younger, which is totally fine. But
Yeah.
let's dive into that. Where did your story begin?
So, the first time anything crazy like that I think crazy happened to me. The first memory I have, it was me, Joey, little Joey,
Hmm.
and Randon, and we were spending the night in my mom's basement, Peggy's. And kids, we would throw blankets on the pool table. Joey got one side, Randon got the middle, I got the other side. And so you know, I really never thought like stuff like that exists, you know. And back then I was, probably 8 years old, 9 years old. Like I didn't believe in ghosts. And so I we would always open and close the fridge. So my mom would tell me, "Hey, don't do that," because we had a little mini fridge in our basement. But every time we would close it, it would shake the floor under her. So she would know when we close it, know when we open it,
Right,
So
right.
just that mom instinct.
Of course, because her
And
room was right above it.
yes.
Okay.
And so yeah, sure enough, she outed us again. Hey, there's a ghost in there, don't do that, blah blah blah. Well, what really freaked me out was when we all went to sleep. Well, with the pool table, we all slept under the pool table, but there was some legs, separating. We always thought it was our different rooms. And so I talked to Joey about this probably a couple years later, and he still remembered it. So me, Rand, I believe Randon remembered it too. Me, Randon, and Joey all got visited by the devil.
Oh God.
Some guy with, yeah, some guy with horns saying, like, if you guys come with me, you'll be okay. Blah 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 blah. That was just my story that I dreamt.
Right.
So, we just thought it was a dream, as kids.
Right.
And so I was a little freaked out. And my mom always taught me to pray and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, just little weird little things like that. I try to stay away from. Not in my teen years though. That's when the next one actually happened. Was a little bit before junior year, so I was still in my sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
And so had visited the psychic, and another thing I really didn't believe in, but I walked in and she said, "Who's here?" Without even seeing me, like, "Who's here?" Like, I walked in pretty quiet,
Right.
so I thought. So I introduced myself. "Hey, my name's Isaiah. I heard you were a psychic. I want to know. Uh, I want to talk to my dad." So my dad had passed away when I was 4, back in 2005.
What the hell is that?
So,
Is that thunder?
oh yeah, I heard it over here too.
Holy crap!
Did-
I thought that was someone
That was
pounding on my door. Holy heck!
I felt that. I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, no,
My
Lady
dog was
Ray's
looking around.
upstairs. Was that just the thunder up there? What the hell was that? Holy heck! Dude, I thought my house was gonna fall down. That's creepy
Oh,
too.
no.
That we're talking about your dad and my Uncle Char.
Yeah.
And okay, let's focus in. Holy hell! Did you guys
He was
hear?
telling
Wait,
me
real
so.
quick, chat. Did you hear that? Oh, I'm getting a lot of weird static.
Are you?
Yeah, that's really weird. It could be because of the rain. It wasn't raining when we started, but all right. So if my power goes out, guys, I'm sorry.
I know. I'm just waiting for mine to go out too. I'm
Okay,
like, "Oh,
okay.
boy."
Let's zero in. That freaked me out. I've never heard a lightning like that before. Well, thunder. I get you can't hear lightning. Don't make fun of me. All right. So later on, you're talking to the psychic. You want to talk to your dad, and
And so she had actually told me a little bit about a lot. So it wasn't just that, it was about one of my brother's friends. Um, it was about one of my friends. Let's see. I'm trying to think who else. I'll just tell the story and we'll go.
okay, that's fine.
I will tell it the best I can.
Right.
So I walked into the house, didn't think she heard me. She said, "Who's here?" I introduced myself. We talked a little bit and she started doing my reading. Well, she had spirit boxes, about 3 or 4 of them, just going around, and they were making noises. So still didn't really believe in it. And there was voices coming out the voice box, and I was just like, whatever. And she actually had told me, she looked at me and she said, "You've had a lot of death in your family, haven't you?" And for someone that didn't know me, I was kind of weirded out by that.
Mm-hmm.
And so she just told me, she was like, "Real quick, your friend at the stop sign." And I was like, "My friend at the stop sign?"
One sec. Your audio cut out. Oh man, I can't hear you at all.
No?
Oh, there you are. Okay, you're back. You're back.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
This is everybody. This is live. This is what we have to deal with. All right. So the last thing I heard was about your friend.
Yes. So she had told me that he's still waiting at the stop sign for me, which was like, at the time, it was just recently that he had passed. So I was like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" And she said that he's still waiting at the stop sign. Well, my friend Lamont had just got shot at a stop sign about 2 months before that. So that was a little crazy. And so he was like, "He just wants to see you succeed." Well, that's what he's always told me. Like, said that in his songs, everything.
Right.
He just wants to see everyone succeed. So I was like, okay, like, I was like, who else is trying to speak to me? Like, I was kind of curious now.
Right.
And so she had said someone in a red car is really mad because they have to sell it, and so or something along those lines.
Right, right.
It was about his seat. He was mad about something spilled on his seat. That's what it was. And so about probably a year later after he passed, or a couple months after, his wife and his mom had gotten a fight, and the only way that they could equal it out is sell the car, split it both ways. So that was the one thing he was mad about.
Right.
And then let's see.
So how old
This
were
one
you?
is the
How old
one.
were you when you saw the medium, or the psychic?
So I was about 16, 17.
Okay, okay. And
Um,
I can't help but feel, you know, I'm iffy on psychics. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying there's a lot of scammers out there. But for you yourself, you didn't feel
yeah.
like you were led astray on that one.
Oh no, not at all. So that's what kind of freaked me out because that's what I was expecting.
Right.
So because I've went to a psychic and seen what the fake ones were about.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say fake, but just card readings. I don't believe in the card readings. I believe in looking at you and seeing what you've been through.
Right.
Like if you're a real psychic, you could see.
Right. Right.
So and that's just my opinion to everyone out there
Of
that
course.
does the cards. Kudos to you.
Right.
But I just want so yeah. She had told me something that really shook me after that. She had told me that my dad was a little bit mad at me, that I needed to listen to my mom more. Well, back then I used to sneak out of the house a lot. So it was kind of like I was like, okay, yeah, that's from my dad. So I was getting a little freaked out. And so I told her, I was like, okay, thank you. How much do I owe you? Like, can we get this out? Like, are we
Right.
done?
Like.
And she was like,
Oh, nope. I can't hear you again.
how about now?
There we go.
Awesome.
There it is.
Okay. And so she had told me that if I wouldn't have stopped doing what I was doing, I was gonna die in a white vehicle. So back then, I don't know if you remember or die by a white vehicle or die in a white vehicle. So back then, I only had my blue truck.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, whatever, like white vehicle. So I would always like kind of like watch whatever. And so I don't know if if that experience influenced this dream that I had, because I have really like powerful dreams, which is crazy,
Right.
like weird dreams. But so after that had happened, like a month goes by, and I wrecked my blue truck. So the next couple months were a little rough. I borrowed someone's vehicle, gave it back, and then finally I had got my own vehicle. Well, about a month before I had got my white truck. About a month before I got my white truck, I had a dream that I had rolled down a hill, and I was sitting on a rock, looking at my own body, in the truck. So this was all a dream. Okay.
Right. Right.
So I had seen myself in a truck, a white truck, and my head was face down with what do you call it? A Bible on my lap and a rosary in my hand.
Right.
So fast forward a month later, I found a truck. I really liked it. Just
Mm-hmm.
totally forgot that it was white.
Oh.
So like I was really excited. Just
Right.
I wanted a vehicle for my own, so I went and bought one. And so just so happens it's white. And yeah, so I had that truck for about a year or so. And I don't know if you know this, but I actually had rolled down a hill
I did not know this.
and wrecked my white truck.
Holy
Yes.
heck.
So back in 20, what was it, 2019, 2018. I had wrecked my truck down. Do you know where Salt Creek is?
Yes, of course.
So you know the Salt Creek Bridge going to the east side.
Right.
So I was driving on that bridge going back to the county or back to the
Right.
that little area, and so all of a sudden there was just this car just honking at me. And keep in mind it's snowing,
Dead of
it's a
winter.
little slippery.
Right.
Yeah. So and I decided to pull over because I had my football stuff in the back truck in the back. So
Right.
I was like, maybe something flew out, maybe something, they're trying to warn me. So as soon as I get across the bridge on the Salt Creek side, I had pulled over and parked.
Mm-hmm.
So I had got out, opened my bag. Obviously it was zipped, so nothing really flew out. Didn't see nothing too unusual. So I jumped back in the truck. And I go to take off, and my truck flips like I'm going back towards the east side.
Oh
And
no.
it's just sliding, and then right off. Do you know where those campers usually sit under there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where that light post is?
Right.
So I like kind of towards the top. So that's where I flipped at, was on the top. And I rolled down. Well, I had a sledgehammer in the back of my truck. So
Right.
not in the bed, but behind my seats.
Right.
Well, that thing had came up and it hit me in the back of my head. And when that happened, my head hit it back and it just went straight through my back window. So it shattered my
Holy
back window. Just
crap.
it was a horrible night, just in general. And so yeah, so that was my experience with that. So I freaked out because I had got out. I kind of like, because it had landed on a fence and it was like this, like it was like on its side, but it was still like I still could open my door. So I
Right.
got out and I had went and sat on the rock. Well, I I looked at my truck and I was like, what the heck am my mom's gonna kick my ass, you know? And so like I was like, man, she is really gonna be mad at me. So I kind of like was panicking. I went, sat up, and I sat on that rock, and I looked at my truck, and just the way that I had the dream about a month before
Right.
was exactly how it was.
Like the whole
And
setup
so
and
just
everything.
everything.
That
And so
is
that's what really scared me
wild
from going
as
back to the
hell.
psychic.
So,
Yeah.
like, okay, yes, you had the psychic, give you to start the premonition. We'll call this, right. The
Hmm.
fact that you had your own dream and your own future sight of that, and you almost lived it. Like a lot of if you can, real quick, give Emilio a shout out real quick.
Oh,
uh,
yeah. He's the one that was calling me. So shout out, Emilio. Thank you for the audio to go out. I love you, brother.
um, so that the whole build up, like you clearly had, and like I was wondering where the story was going, because you had a lot of different setups, but
Yeah.
in the end, it did definitely all come together. Like
Oh, yeah, definitely.
you could have, it could have easily been Final Destination, crushed your own skull in with a sledgehammer, 100
Yeah.
ways to die just in that moment, and then you walked away from it. Did you bust your head open at all when it hit you? Like, was you bleeding at all?
So I was bleeding, but I think it was just because of the glass, because I had pulled glass out of my head when I was getting drove into the hospital.
Okay, okay.
And so yeah, so it was just more like I kind of like was picking out my head, pulling it out, and then you know what? It wasn't really too much like cracked skull or anything. It was more of like, and you could ask my mom. She was the one that drove me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? Like as soon as we went up that Salt Creek Bridge and then we started going on, what is it, Santa Fe?
Mm-hmm.
I uh, I looked down there and I was like, hey mom, what happened down there? And
Oh
she was
my
like, son, you
God,
just
you already
wrecked.
forgot.
Yeah, like, and it was just like that, like, and so I thought it was because of the shock.
Right.
Well, about 6 years later, I'm still having trouble remembering.
Of
So
course.
it was like it was like one of those traumatic experiences, but I really didn't get to experience it because I forgot it. So it's like I just only thing I remember is talking to my mom in the car, and then not like somehow I was home. Like I don't remember leaving the hospital
Right.
or nothing.
So clearly, more
So I
than
mean,
likely, concussed, shock, like you
yep.
said, from trauma. Your brain will automatically like try to forget things so you don't freak out. You know how
Mhm.
that kind of thing works and everything, and it's probably a good thing. Um,
Yeah.
a lot of family members are saying that they remember the wreck. My sister, Carissa. I don't know.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't remember this. I feel bad that I don't remember this, but I forget so much. Like I started taking medicine now because in something you need to definitely check out when you hit your 30s is we have Alzheimer's in our blood, right? And
Yeah.
it's already like we were. I took some tests and I'm already showing signs of it, and it's crazy because
Mm.
just like how you said, like like what happened down there within that little time, you forgetting is like I understand that, and I tend to write a
Yeah.
lot of things down, and I have journals and stuff. Especially when I have a good idea, I try to write that stuff down immediately because I'll immediately forget, and then can't do it. A lot of this whole store, the my whole show setup and everything, I had to get up, move it, do it right then and there, because if I didn't, then none of this would happen. So like I
Oh yeah.
understand where you're coming from. But that is absolutely wild that you basically had the whole premonition of all of this. Have you went back down there?
Back to the crash site.
Yeah.
Man, I drive by there all the time.
Right, right.
I
But
ain't
like
gonna lie
have
to
you
you.
have you stopped and like walked down, got sat back on that rock? Is that rock still there?
You know what? It is, and I haven't.
No.
Um, like even driving by it, like because from
Right.
the east side to my
Right, right.
mom's house, I always go that way. I always look at it and I just like close my eyes and just keep driving forward because I mean, it was a near death experience, and that's
Yeah.
what really freaked me out the most was I've seen people walk away from a lot less,
Right.
or not walk away from a lot less.
Right, right.
So I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, and I just left with the knocked out head, and
Yeah,
that was it. Like,
what doesn't
couple
kill you
bruises.
makes you stronger, brother. Like, oh, dude,
Oh
that
yeah.
is absolutely wild. Like, I'm gonna live with that one forever.
And there's all like people say, God always has a purpose.
Right.
And I didn't like obviously I was in high school, talking,
Right.
and I really never knew what was my purpose because everything couple like of our families, um like if those of you that really don't know us, me and my cousin Randon were really close.
Right.
Um like and so for that to happen, it was just, you know, like really crazy. And
Right.
I had actually just met my wife around that time, like about 3 months before. So, she was a real one after she stuck around me with that. Like I was like it was a bad time.
Right.
But you know, I really never knew what purpose was in life until I had my daughter. I
Of
mean,
course.
like just kids change you, man.
It
Um
completely does. You grow up really
and
fast, right?
yeah, and I look back at it and I'm like, man, I am so happy I did not pass that night
Right.
because all this wouldn't have been here.
Right.
Like, and I am just happy because that same year that we lost Randon,
Mm-hmm.
we lost my wife's mom as well.
Oh
So,
man.
and that was like the only family she had down here was just her mom. So it was
I do
kind of
remember that. Yeah.
crazy, crazy year. So, I mean, we lost both of the, like she lost a really important, and I lost my, like one of my closest cousins. Like,
Right.
and
Well,
me and her
you
just
guys
made
were
each other
basically
stronger.
brothers, you know.
Yeah,
So I
like,
get that.
and me and her, we rocked it out, and we like came we came to, and with this little girl, we just think of it as a blessing, man. Like,
Heck yeah.
it's
Everything
awesome.
everything for a reason. You know, you were there for her, she was there for you. It was very
Hmm.
very sad circumstances, but dang, yeah, you guys have powered through so much in such a little amount of time. You know, these
Right.
experiences and everything will only create that bond that you guys have together even stronger. And especially in this day
Hmm.
and age that we live in, there is so many influences to rip families apart, and our family is strong. So like, and it's a big family too. As you guys, we're showing the world, you know, how big this family is and how much we go
Oh
through.
yeah.
And from all I can say about it is, you know, love conquers all, and we will, you
Mhm.
know, we'll keep showing the way, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
But
Chantal says,
another
real
crazy.
quick, is you lost your grandma right after April?
Yes, actually. So when we were up there making arrangements for her mom, my dad had actually called me to tell me that my grandma passed,
Oh,
my
yeah.
biological dad.
Right.
So we lost her mom in September, and then we lost my grandma in October. So it was just back to back. Um, we lost a couple more people that year too,
Mm-hmm.
that I haven't mentioned.
Right.
Amelia lost David that year.
Right.
Uh, let's see, my another cousin of mine on my dad's side, Laz, he had passed away too that same year. Like, and then I don't know if you remember my white and black dog Ava,
Yes, of course.
the
And
husky.
yep. That,
She passed away on me and Zaraya's birthday that we shared, like on the 7th or 8th, whatever. She had passed away on that day that everyone was at the park. I
that's
mean,
I.
2023 was a
It was
really
just.
crappy year. Like,
I want to say and try to find the silver lining, and I know it's hard, but a lot of those people are in a far better place. And 20,
oh
yeah,
yeah.
from 2021 to 2023 is, of course, for a lot of people. I'm not saying just us, but a lot of people have lost a
Yeah.
lot of life and a lot of friends. I know I have. Like,
Well,
it was a crazy year myself too, but you
oh
know,
yeah.
I'm trying to say everything for a reason. They're hopefully all in a better place. I'm not saying, for not to get too religious. Of course, everybody know I'm open about my faith and stuff here. But so let's get back on
Same here.
track. Let's get back on where your story kept going to. Like, you said you were kind of saying that now. What was like your most recent paranormal or, UFO? I don't know. You said you had was that the story you were telling me that you wanted to tell me?
So, all right. So we do have another story. I have another story, which is actually crazy that I was waiting to tell you.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
Um, so before I had met my wife, I had another girlfriend before her,
Mm.
and she was living at my house now. And it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, like guys, we always have to take that midnight dump, and so I was in the bathroom, probably playing either 8 ball pool or Minecraft on my phone,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
whatever to pass the time. And so when I had got up, washed my hands, I could hear her saying, "What, babe? What?" And I kind of like was like, "What the heck? Is that the TV or is that
Right.
something?" So I had opened my door, and I was like, and I kind of peeked in, and she wasn't in the bed. So I was like, "What the heck? Where is she?" So I was like, "Babe, babe." Well, she was in my back room, and she said I was calling her from downstairs.
Oh fuck
So
no! Sorry for cussing.
yes.
That got me.
So so which was, and there's a two-part to this story also. So yeah, so she freaked out. She thought I was calling her from the basement when in reality I was in the bathroom. So we got a little creeped out, you know. Well, at, so we were both lactose intolerant. So we had walked back to the room. We heard a drawer open and slam. So me, as you know, the man, I was like, okay, I'll go check it out. So of course, I turn on all the lights. I ain't gonna be dumb.
Right, right.
And so I turn on all the lights. I start looking around, you know, seeing, and there's an ice cream scooper just chilling right on my stove. So I was like, what? Like, put
Why do we even
that
have
on,
this thing
man.
in the
Like, you know,
house?
just thinking of something to grab to hit someone, you know?
Right.
Yeah, like, exactly. And so I just thought she, you know, she might have grabbed it and to pick it up, to, like, probably hit somebody. So, um, we walked down there. We're like, what the heck? So I kind of like look around the basement, you know, just like because my stepbrother, he would always come and spend the night.
Mm-hmm.
So he would always either stay downstairs or stay in his car outside. So I was like, what the heck? So I thought he was just messing with us. And like that was, but she was like, no, it was you. You were asking me to come down there to help you with something.
Oh my god, that is
And
the
so
creepiest thing.
it was really creepy. So that was that. We went to bed, whatever, and she decided, she was like, I don't really want to stay here. So I want to move back with my mom. So I was like, that's fine, you know, just leave me in this creepy house alone. And so, so, you know, so her mom lived in Springs. We kind of grew apart and eventually broke up. So while we were like, you know, like in the process of breaking up, I was laying on my bed and I was just watching TV. I don't know if you guys have Netflix or anything,
Mhm.
but I was watching just a superhero movie.
Right.
So I was sitting there, and right here where I'm sitting now, I had a dog kennel, and my dog named Oreo was, you know, laying in the kennel, and he was barking and bark. Or sorry, let me back up. I heard a knock at the door, and the back door. So just like I said, my brother used to come spend the night. So my brother Dom, and so I would go and I opened the door, and there's no one standing there. So I was like, maybe he's in the car already, or maybe he's downstairs. So I looked downstairs, nothing. Looked in the car, nothing. So I started saying like, Dom, you're out here. Went downstairs. Dom, what are you doing? Where you at? And so there was nothing. And so I kind of freaked out a little bit.
Of course.
So I closed the door and I walked back to my room. Well, in my kitchen, my light don't dim, or it ain't that fancy, you know.
Right.
It's just either on or off. So I uh I walked back to my room and my dog Oreo had just started barking. So I was like, okay, maybe he's fucking with me. So I walked in the kitchen, looked around again, didn't see nothing. So I started feeling creeped out, walked back to my room, closed the door a little bit, and as soon as I sat down, the door like got pushed open. So I was like, okay, now I know he's messing with me. So I got so I
So,
got up like a little bit too fast, and I had walked out here and my dog was just barking towards the kitchen. So I was like, Dom, quit it already. And so I had turned the corner, because in my house you have to turn the corner,
right.
and my kitchen light was going bright to dim, bright to dim. And I was like, what the heck? And I said, I kind of freaked out, not gonna lie. I felt bad afterwards. But I was like, whatever, dog, you're staying in here. I'm going back in my room, closing my door. So I so I left my dog, I left my rabbit. I don't know where the cat went, but I left him out in the living room, and I locked the back door, locked the front door, locked my door.
Got
And
the
I
shotgun.
sat, yeah, I sat on my bed, and I had I sat on my bed, and I had called one of my good friends at the time, and I was like, "Hey man, I don't know what's going on. Like I'm kind of freaked out. I'm about to go to my mom's house." Like
Ugh.
so I was putting on my shoes, and I remember tying my left foot, and I bent down to tie my right foot, and all of a sudden I woke up on the chair that I was sitting on.
Are you freaking
And I was like,
serious?
and I kind of like looked around. I was like, what the heck happened? So I called him right away, and I was like, hey man, like, what was the last thing you remember me telling you? And he was like, you were going to your mom's. Did you ever make it? And I was like, no, I just woke up now. And he was like, dude, you were freaked out last night. He was like, how did you even sleep at your house? And I was like, dude, I don't know. I just remembered tying my shoe, put my other shoe on, go to tie it, and I woke up just in the chair. And the weird thing is my shoes were next to me, not even on my feet when I woke up.
So
So
somehow
that's,
along the line, you kicked them off and placed them next to you.
yeah.
Wow,
So
we need to
that's what
dive into
freaked me out.
this. Okay.
And so about a year later, I start getting close with my neighbors. And the one next door to me, towards the left, I asked him, I was like, hey man, do you know any history about this house? Because this house used to be my mom's boyfriend's. And so he was like, actually, he was like, my family used to own it before we sold it to Lawrence. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, do you know anything about it? And he was like, you have an unfinished basement, do you? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I was wondering if, like I was going to finish it someday. And he told me just to be careful because the reason why it's unfinished is they found hair, teeth, and what was it? Hair, teeth, and something else,
Fingernails.
and and a glass jar downstairs.
Oh
And
no.
it was, I freaked out because about a couple of years ago after that, or before that, I had did the Ouija board here like about 2 or 3 times,
Shame on
like
you.
a year. And yes, I was one of those. I loved messing with the board, and well, now like, so that was before my house was haunted, I guess, and I just brought whatever into my house. And so yeah, that was a crazy story I wanted to tell you about too, was that one. Like the one
Dude,
with my ex and the one by myself really freaked me out.
so both are absolutely completely batshit crazy. You are now the second person. My dad from the last episode, he had when he was a little boy, he had a similar experience where his mom called him into a house where he wasn't supposed to. That's where she worked and stuff. And the fact that your girlfriend got up and slowly started to walk downstairs, and then now you just told us you found a bottle or a jar with hair and nails and teeth in it. What the hell does that mean? Like, what kind of witchcraft is
Exactly.
that? Like that's
Yeah,
straight
dude.
up out of a movie or out of a scary folklore or some crap. Oh my god.
Yeah, man. It was when I got told about the jar thing, I was a little freaked out. I couldn't believe I did a freaking Ouija board in this house after that. Like, I just some people are lazy, they don't want to finish the basement. I
Right,
get it.
right,
But to find human remains in a jar downstairs, it freaked me out to where I hadn't even finished my basement yet.
right.
Like I'm scared to even knock down a wall and dig out that dirt because I don't know what I'm gonna find,
Right. So have
So
you ever had the house blessed?
I haven't. I burned sage throughout the house,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as my wife moved in, she burnt sage. Well, she kind of freaked out because as soon as she would burn the sage, it would go out right away. It wouldn't stay lit.
Oh, that's weird.
So yeah, we tossed it away, went and bought some new sage, did the same thing. So now I have like rosaries, um like crosses, stuff like that. Like around my house. I have a palm like from Palm Sunday.
Right.
Um just like, just different things like
Yeah,
that.
of
Like
course. Keep
just to
keep.
be like extra safe. Like
Yeah.
especially, I mean, demons and angels,
Right.
they
I'm a believer.
they exist. I mean, so gotta watch it.
Yeah, no,
But
that is absolutely wild, dude. Like
you're
I,
gonna have to come
you're,
over one day, and
yeah,
I'll have you talk to my neighbor, and he'll tell
yeah.
you he was the one with that type of story at
That
the end.
is
But
that is super creepy. The whole thing about that is I don't like it. But
yeah, I trust
my
me, I've been here for 5 years, and I'm still scared to go in the basement alone. Like I'll go down there, work a little bit, like move some stuff around, and then walk back up. Like I'm like, no, thank you.
my daughter Zoe and her boyfriend are super into paranormal investigations. Maybe one day, here before it gets too cold, we'll go over and we'll do a session and we'll record it, and
Yeah.
just to see. Of course, we're gonna be blessing everything going through, because I don't want to take anything home with me, but I don't know what's more freaky: the fact that your girlfriend at the time heard we're gonna just call it a mimic for the time being. It could have been 100 things, or the fact that you like got possessed or abducted there for a second. Your butt didn't hurt when you woke up, did it?
No,
Okay,
it
okay.
was more of
I'm
a
just checking in
it was
on you.
more of a headache. I just was more freaked out, and I honestly, that's what I was talking about. Was so one of my friends was like, I think I just like like was breathing in kind of like heavy
Mm-hmm.
to pass out. So that's what I'm calling it. That's what I'm going with.
So that brings a very very good point. You could have started hyperventilating and not even noticed. You could have had a panic attack and just knocked yourself out. Being real,
Mm-hmm.
about it. Oh man, but the fact that you took off your shoes and set them aside that's the part that makes me think it's something different. Because if you were to just
Mm-hmm.
pass out, you would have woken up where you left off. You know what I mean? You've been
Where yeah, with my
hunched
feet down.
over or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The setting aside your stuff and everything and getting comfortable, that part is super weird. Like I don't know what to explain on that. With your door opening and
Yeah.
whatnot, I really have a hard time with door opening being scary for me, just because
Yeah.
where we live, our pressure in our town is really weird because we're at the high point and low, like low point, so pressure changes here, and that can open up doors. Um, I've
Well,
shown.
especially because it was like locked. Like
Oh,
you know
okay,
that
that's a
that
little different.
that was the freaky part. Yeah. So like when I had closed it, I had locked it,
Yeah,
and it was just more of it like open, like someone just
pushed it open.
pushed it open. Like yeah.
Yeah, I
So
was thinking you just closed the door and then maybe you didn't like latch it quite all the way through, but if you pushed it in
yeah,
and
no.
locked it, that's a little different.
Yeah, man. It was a really really different experience with the whole paranormal thing. But I kind of like that stuff though.
Of
Like
course.
I like to like not get like possessed or
Right.
but I mean I like to talk to like on a Ouija board, and there's some people that I've talked to that were good, and the one at county, that one really scared me
Ooh.
because
Now
it
is it
was
this is at County High School?
yes.
Okay. Let's
Um
dig deep into this.
so the story from county high school is a little girl, or yeah, a little girl had passed away like by committing suicide in the bathroom. And so when all my friends thought it was a good idea, we went to county high school, and not agreeing to anything, but we had walked into the swim area. And so we playing the game, playing the Ouija board. And first her name was Charles, which was my dad's name, which freaked me out.
Right.
And then it was like I forgot, it was like I can't even remember the girl's name. but like it spelt it out like a like E something. Like I can't remember the letters,
That's
but
fine.
it had spelt out the girl's name, and we kind of got a little freaked out, and it sounded like someone was in the shower, in the boys' shower, and we were like, okay, it's just us in here. Why is the shower running? Like, and so we leave, and we hear a locker closing. Well, my one of my good friends, Dominic Musso, he was like, "Man, I have to go to the bathroom. Like,
Get excited.
we're gonna all have to go like in the freaking
Right.
bathroom. Like, I'll go in the stall, but you guys stand outside the bathroom."
Right. Keep guard.
So we were all like, "Yeah." So we were all like, okay." So we all walked, and we were hearing like people walking through the halls like it was school, like, and we were like, "What the heck is going on?" So we're like, "Hurry up, Dom! Like, Dominic, hurry up!"
So what time
And
of day was
so
this?
this was about around 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Okay.
So it was after hours.
Of course. You
Couldn't be
get
at school, but we are.
you guys had full permission to be there, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
By the principal.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Doka. But but yeah, no, it was really, really scary. And like it just sounded like there was people in the halls, there was people opening and closing their lockers, like, and it wasn't like loud like slamming a locker, it was more like, like closing the
Right,
locker
right.
barely.
Everything was subtle.
And yeah, so we were like, okay, we need to get out of here. So we left, and as we were leaving, we kind of got a glimpse of someone staring at us from the glass, because we all were like, "Did you see that, or was I just messing around, like, or just seeing things?" So about three of us seen it, one of us didn't, and he thought we were lying. And sure enough, we told him, we're like, "Hey, like that was a little girl that was right there, like." And he was like, "No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't." And so as soon as he like was denying it, something hit the glass. And so he freaked out and he believed us and pushed us out of the way, and we all left. So that little bit at County High School, that's another Ouija board story for you guys. But yeah, man, I don't know what it was when I was a kid, but or teenage, I
That
love messing
counts.
with that damn board.
So, okay, we are already at an hour, which is absolutely crazy. It did not feel like we went through everything that you just did. If you got more stories, I want you to hold on to them because I want you to come back and talk more about this. I want to dive deeper a little into some of your other stories that you had. So at the very beginning, before we even talk about your other stories, there's something I have to ask beforehand. And Chantal, if you're still here, please chime in on chat. Do you remember if you ever sleptwalk?
Slept wrong?
Sleptwalked.
Oh, slept walked. Not that I know of.
Okay.
I was
Uh,
more of a sleep roller, I guess you could say. I like to like rotate in my sleep, but
right, right.
I never think I walk.
Okay, yeah. And Chantal says no, you didn't either. So I've been asking that, almost on all the family of ours, because I just found out that Uncle Greg's girls slept walk, and they did the
Oh,
same.
really?
Yeah, they did the same thing my daughters did, and they kind of stand over the bed, tilting their head, all creepy like with the hair in
Oh,
front and
heck
stuff.
no.
So something to
Nuh-uh.
look forward to your own daughter. Yes, I know I
My
did.
bed's too high. She'll be. My
um,
man, I have like three mattresses stacked on my bed, so she'll have to climb on top of me to look over me.
it is hereditary, so it is in
Yeah.
our blood. Oh, we have a question from my mama, your auntie Carla. Did you
Yeah.
have weird nightmares after the Ouija board?
So, yes and no. I after honestly after the last time I did it, yes, but when I was doing it continuously, I was more having like survive like one of my dreams was everyone was like a mannequin. Like I went to go stop for gas and it was just like a Nuketown scenery, like just
Right.
mannequins just standing there. And I was like, what the heck, you know? Didn't think nothing of it, you know. Woke up the next day, went throughout my day.
That's
There was
weird.
one where the last time that I have done it, and this has happened like continuous nights, like just different ways and different people. Um, One of the scariest things that I've dreamt of was losing my whole family in one night
Of
or in one
course.
day.
Right.
So I know we're past our limit, but
No, no, keep going.
with
There is no limit here. I want you to save some of your stories for next time. I gotta spill, spread my interviewees. Like we're burning through interviews like crazy faster than I thought I was going to. So, but by all means, let's dive deeper into this.
so with my going back to Auntie Carla's question, with my dreams, I had so when Chantel was coming back from what was it, California or somewhere,
Hmm.
I had dreamt that Emilio had called me and said, "Hey brother, I'm boarding the plane. Um, I'll see you when I get back." And I told him I was like, "Well, keep texting me throughout the flight so I know you're okay." Well, he texted me on board, said that he was in the air, and that was the last time I got his text.
Oh, that's so
So I was
scary.
like, maybe airplane mode, whatever, whatever. So and this was all a dream. This wasn't real. I kind of like was like, whatever. So for some reason, I was watching the news on my TV, and the plane that my mom and everyone was on crashed. So I freaked out, called Peggy, my mom, my other mom, and called her. She wasn't answering, so I drove to her house. Well, she actually had passed away in her sleep. So I
Oh
had
my
tried to wake her up, and
god.
I was like, "Mom, mom," and it was like she was, you know, already white, and I was like, "What the heck?" So I freaked out, and I called Chuck, and I was like, "Hey," like on the way to Peggy's house, I called Chuck. I remember that,
Right.
and then he was on his way. So when I had got to Peggy's, found that out, I called him again, and he didn't answer, and I was like, "Brother, answer your phone!" Like, and so I didn't want to stay in the house, so I left, and I was driving, and I remember seeing him in a accident to where life also.
Oh my
So it
goodness.
was like his truck was crushed with him inside of it, and like, and I kind of like drove past and like seen everything, and I was just freaking out, and then that's when I had woke up.
What a
So
nightmare.
my dreams, yeah, like, and I just call them dreams. I don't call them nightmares. They're scary, but I mean, you still dream them.
Right.
So I mean, um, one of my good dreams that had actually came true, which is freaky, was when I dreamt about my daughter before we had her.
Mm-hmm.
So a week, so I had got this dream, and she said, "Hey, Dad, I'm leaving. I'll see you in a week." And I was like, "Okay, love you, kiddo." She had closed the door, and I woke up from my dream, and I was freaking out. I was like, "Where's Okalani? Where's Okalani?" I'm going through my phone trying to look for contact saying Okalani or daughter or something.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't see one. So I turn over and I look at my wife, and she's still pregnant. So that was like, oh, okay, like little sign of relief. Fast forward a week later, and my wife has a baby. And I thought that was freaky because she told me in my dream, "Hey, I'll see you in a week."
Right.
And fast forward a week, and she's here. Like, and I thought that was a dream that came true, and I'm happy, but still a little freaked out, you
Of
know.
course, that is a really good one though. Like nothing, it wasn't
Yes.
scary or anything, but the fact that it was there, you actually just reminded me of a dream that I had. So I have three daughters, Maddie, Zoe, and Lucy. Now Lucy, the reason why we named her, of course you would know, is Lucy was the first girl in our family to be born after our nanny has passed away, my grandma. My grandma is named Lucille, and so we wanted to honor her by naming our daughter Lucy. The first night we took her home, I was, off on work holding her, and I fell asleep in the front room with her in my arms, right? And
Mm-hmm.
my dream was when I woke up in my dream. I'm still dreaming though. Like I was like, oh, where's the baby? And Nani was there standing in front of me holding Lucy, and
Oh, no way.
yeah. And I remember writing about this. I remember posting it somewhere when at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like at first she, all I can see is her back. Like I couldn't see her face. And anytime I tried to like go around, like she would, only show me her back.
He would move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like I couldn't talk because like, um, it was so real to me because
Mm-hmm.
Lucy was born just a little after her death, and um, and she was just talking to me, and I remember the words like, oh, she's gorgeous, she's gonna look just like me, and she's gonna act like me
Mm-hmm.
and everything. You're gonna have a fighter with this one and everything. And I'm like, oh yeah, like if you say so, non, like you know
Mm-hmm.
sorry, don't mean to get emotional or anything, but
Oh,
like
no.
just in that, like I kind of forgot about this whole thing about until you brought that up. And um like it's weird how dreams, and it's not for everybody, I get that, and some people don't really believe in them, but it's like almost a doorway to past, present, and future at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I believe that 100%.
Right, because there, I'm sure this happens to you a lot, and you have a deja vu. You're like, I did this before. I know I've had this experience
Mm-hmm.
already, and you can almost call everything out as it's happening. And it's weird because like for a long time after that, I kind of stopped dreaming, and
Okay.
only recently have I really started dreaming again. Uh, uh, and it's weird because like you said, it is like you I don't know, like I don't want to say I can predict the future or anything. I'm not saying that. It's just that your brain kind of already knows what
Warned you.
your rotation's going to be, so it almost feels like you do it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I'm going with this. But yeah, you just rocked some memories back into my head by saying that. So this is the part where we like to everybody, and on YouTube or Twitch, I see both chats here. Please, if you guys have any questions, now's the time to really dig in. We're pretty much open on anything. Of course, my little cuz here is not available, so no asking for his phone number. Uh, Looking at you, Chris. And one more time, at the top of the screen, we opened up a new email, and this is viewer submitted stories. If you guys have a story that you would like to share, but you don't want to be on the show, please submit your story there, and I'll stay in contact with you guys there. And what I want to start doing is just reading, people's stories on here, for so we can get a little different type of content. Hopefully, we can start doing it every week instead of every other week. But that's pretty much it, brother. Like, oh my god, I can't believe the crap you have told me today. I'm gonna have nightmares about this tonight. I
Yeah,
don't,
man. I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
pretty overwhelming. Like as you can see, I try like really not to talk about or just talk, I'll say hi, I'll say what's up, but a lot of people like kind of like how you didn't know about the wreck. Like I mean, a lot of people really don't know what's going on,
Right.
and that goes not just for me but for everybody. Um, so I mean, even like if I had to give a last message to anyone out here listening is makes like a good impact on people is good. Even just a smile to someone will make someone's day. Um, just you don't know what they either dreamt the night before or what's going on. Like I know a couple of people that are losing their minds right now because just different things in life, you
Right.
know.
Right.
So I mean, one positive note on another is just cherish everything that you have. Um, because I mean, with Nani, Pompo, like they were always they were the glue in our family. Like whenever one of us started fighting, you know, hey, knock it off. So yep. And even with when me and Randon used to mess with Pompo, like we
Mm-hmm.
used to steal his candy. Like Nani would get so mad at us, leave his candy alone.
He always had good
Or we
candy
would play
too.
with his walker.
Yep.
Like I mean, just little stuff like that. I mean, especially as kids, is you don't know.
Right.
Um, so like for the younger audience, look at your mom, look at your dad, and just a little "I love you" goes a long way. And those of you that probably haven't talked to your family in a while, it's definitely a good thing to go because I mean, you never know. Um, but yeah, man, I was super excited to do this.
I'm excited to have you on.
Shout out to Emilio Cheeseburger, whatever his name is on here. Um, he's the one that showed me your stream because, like I said, we never know what's going on. So
Right.
he showed me your stream with the last stream with Uncle Juan, and so I was like, you know what, that is really cool. I have some stories to tell, and I really don't tell anybody. So now I'm
Yeah.
telling everybody.
If you're gonna do it, shout it, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
like this is why I'm trying to make an archive. I'm trying to make a place where later on be like, oh, I got something for you. You want to hear a story? And then boom, there it is. And then
Yeah.
oh man, I don't know how to top your message like that. That was the message to send out to people. Be kind. Um, like you said, Nani and Pompo were the glue, and to all my family and friends that are watching, we're the glue now. So we have to put
Hmm.
our pains and troubles together and aside, and we have to love each other. We have to forgive and forget. We have to move on and push forward, and
Oh
all
yeah. Yep.
all for one another because we can't do this alone. And more hands, less work, right?
Yep.
So,
Any
um,
landscaper will tell you.
right, right. It doesn't look like we have. Oh, Lady Ray did. She did bring up one I wanted to ask earlier. Is real quick
Okay.
jumping right back into. Let's go like the with the mimic and you passing out. Can you remember any type of smell, the environment that you felt and stuff, and what time of season was it?
So I want to believe it was somewhere at the end of summer, so around this time now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or probably a little bit before, like July. And with the smell, it was a little weird actually, because you know how some people smell perfume and something else.
Uh huh.
Well, I smelled like smoke, like something burning.
Oh.
And so that's why I didn't know if what I was doing, like obviously I knew I wasn't cooking, but in my head I was probably cooking, and so I was trying to hurry up and tie my shoes, and I had smelt like, and it wasn't like food burning, it was more like wood burning, if you know what I mean.
No, yeah, that actually says a lot different because there's definitely a different smell to a gas, fire, wood fire,
Yeah.
charcoal. Uh, that's strange. I don't know what wood burning
And
would be.
so
So,
I mean, it could be a bunch of different things. Maybe my neighbors were, having a barbecue or cooking with wood, something. But I mean,
right,
none of
bonfire.
my, yeah, I mean, none of my uh neighbors really have the yard to, light a fire, especially out here in the city.
Right.
So I mean, that's why I was a little freaked out by the smell. Was I remember smelling the wood burning as I was tying my shoe, as I like put my head down to tie my shoe.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I smelled.
And then just out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I hope that answered your questions there, Lady Ray.
Yeah. Hopefully.
But anybody else? Now's the time. Before we go, I'm gonna like I said, let anybody else ask questions. I try to stay on a positive note. You left us off on an amazingly positive note. Go out, tell your family that you love them, your friends. You never know how much time you have left together.
Oh yeah.
So, well, it doesn't look like anybody else has any questions. Final thought?
Final thought, man. I really like what you're doing, and like I know I keep saying it, but
I appreciate it.
if you ever need me on the show again, I mean, I still have more stories to tell.
Definitely.
I know we pretty went through the hour pretty fast, but
Oh man, it flew by.
definitely we have more crazy stories to tell.
Excellent. That's what I want to hear. Like we're definitely going through the wave. I got 4 people left. I want to go through. One of them I have to actually go drive down to their house and record everything. You're gonna love it. I don't want to give spoilers, but you're gonna absolutely love it. And
Awesome.
so I wanted to call them today, but I have to wait till tomorrow to call them to finish setting everything up. So once I get those last 4, I'm going to definitely go back and revisit everybody and try to stay in that same order, and just to see what has changed from then to now. This is episode 8 or 9. I already forgot. I need to do a better job of keeping my episodes together. But like doing this every other week, man, I'm having a blast. Like I'm having a lot of fun doing this. And the big thing that I keep telling everybody, like, yes, this is a paranormal podcast talk show. A lot of people are always looking for, I need the hard evidence, I need the facts, I need this and the proof. I need your story. That's what I want. I want to know what you went through, what you experienced, what you felt, and where we are now, like how it changed you. And you have an amazing story of the heroics part. Like out of everything that this channel has said, paranormal heroics, like you have triumphed all over it, and you're blasting off from then to now, and not letting anything hold you back. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for hanging out with me.
Of course, thank you.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
So from here, guys, as I always say, I love you, and we're going to be signing off. Until next time, you guys have a good night.